All right, nerds. It's snowing outside, so you know what that means. We're gonna make a tier list. We're gonna be going through Lord of the Rings characters. I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna be a quick video. I'm gonna rewatch these again pretty soon, so maybe I'll come back to this and have more opinions. But I think last time I watched these was like a little over a year ago, so let's see where we're going. Frodo. What I want to mention is I'm much more familiar with the movies compared to the books. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Frodo, we're gonna go A tier. Um, he's a hero. He's alright, but man, he whines a lot. And what he has to do is not easy. Whatever. It sucks. I wouldn't want to be him, but there's sometimes you just gotta shut up and get on with it. So, without saying there would be he probably would have failed. So there you go. Boromir, I'm gonna put him at C tier actually. I like him. Kind of wish we got to see more of him. I understand why things happened the way they did because of the story, but when you're only in one movie out of these three glorious masterpieces, you just don't get the same kind of relationship with him. The extended editions of the later movies definitely helped fix some of it with this relationship with his brother. But, you just don't get attached to him like you do the other members of the Fellowship. And then Radagast, he'll probably be at the bottom of C. The Hobbit movies kind of make him look like a cartoon. Not too happy about that, but there's only so much you can do. Sam, S tier. Almost makes it to Voodoo, but he pretty much saved Middle Earth. Without him, Frodo would have failed for sure. No one really saw him coming. Low key, kind of a banger. He carried Frodo up Mount Doom, and that's all you gotta say. Denethor, he's an idiot. He's trash. Hates everybody. Miserable. Reminds me of Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog, but Eustace is probably way more chill than this guy. He's an idiot. Elrond, I'm going to go with B tier. Kind of a stuck-up pretty boy, but he has his reasons. Hobbit movie that he was in made him much more of a badass, in my opinion, but for just the Lord of the Rings trilogy, those movies, he doesn't really do much. He just kind of talks. Éowyn, B tier. He just doesn't. He's in the battles. And he's got a pretty big storyline in the second movie, but he's not part of the Fellowship, so you just don't get attached. And I think that's the issue with these characters that come in halfway through the trilogy or leave before the first movie's over. He's really cool and all, but he just, compared to what the other characters are doing, he's not doing much. Now his sister Éowyn, she's actually A tier. She's kind of the opposite. Actually, she comes in and merges with the Fellowship almost. She's got this thing where she wants Aragorn, and Aragorn does not want to show any interest. Whatever. Her relationship with Merry really cements her as part of the team. But man, just like hiding herself, kind of like this whole Mulan thing, just to go to battle. That's crazy. Like, instead of just being a soldier that's going to battle, she like had to pull so much, pull so many shenanigans to go to fight. That's pretty, gotta respect it. Gimli, he's going up to S tier, purely because he's a dwarf. He's like the only dwarf in the Lord of the Rings movies for some reason. Obviously they get a lot of showtime in the Hobbit movies, but we're not talking about those right now. The kill counting contest between him and Legolas are hilarious, and their dynamic is just super funny, just showing how rivals can become great friends and all that. So like they're hand in hand. Great combo. Tolkien really knew what he was doing, and it just works out great. Aragorn, he's going into voodoo. He's like the ultimate male role model. You can't hate on him. The actor that plays him is a badass. Like the injuries, I mean, like a lot of people got injured making these movies, but he deflected the real knife, he broke his toes, all that, and just kept going. Adopted the horse after they were done filming because he got so attached. It's awesome. Like playing that character made him even more of a better man in real life, or they just picked the right guy. I don't know, but either way, it's hand in hand. Now, his love interest, Arwen, I don't care. She's just kind of there, kind of slows the story down whenever she shows up, and just like, come on, like, we want to get to the fellowship, the brotherhood, all this, but like, whatever, she's there. She's Elrond's daughter. He wants her. Who cares? Alright, anyway, Bilbo, he's pretty cool, but we're not really worried about the Hobbit movies right now. Faramir, I'm going to put in a B tier. He's pretty cool. He kind of replaces Boromir in the Fellowship, but you don't really see him until like the last, 30 minutes at the Two Towers. And then after that, he doesn't really do much. He just like keeps getting he just keeps taking L's, and it's like, you really want to root for him, but he's just not that kind of fighter. Okay. Merry. I'm going to put Merry in A tier with Éowyn. I really like their combination together. Oh, God, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, their character chemistry is really good, but, and, like, he's really good with Pippin, too, obviously, but, like, Merry on his own, I don't find that interesting. Like, it's kind of a weird thing. I don't know. He's, like, almost hot-headed, but he's not at all at the same time. And then he's like a prankster in the movies, but he's also not at the same time. Like Pippin completely overshadows him on like the shenanigans. So, like he's more of an interesting like background character that plays off of others, but like on his own, he's really not that interesting to me. But in the extended edition of Return of the King, where he's in the battle for Pelennor Fields, he goes hard in that extended scene, that fight scene. So I respect that. But other than that, like he doesn't really have like any outstanding moments to me. And if they do, he's with Éowyn or he's with Pippin. Like, but on his own, he doesn't really accomplish as much as the others, which is fine. He still like helps out a lot, but I don't know. Like I said, I've just never found Merry that interesting. Gríma Wormtongue, he's just trash. He's stupid. I know in the books he survives a lot longer. Whatever. He's just creeping on Éowyn. You can tell that he's evil from the instance you see him. So, whatever. Gollum. S tier. I don't think Lord of the Rings would be as big as it is without Gollum. He's hilarious. When I got my mom to watch this finally after 20 years of trying, she absolutely loved him. Couldn't stop laughing anytime he was on the scene. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it kept her interest, so for me it was good. Yeah, you know, like, you never really... If it's your first time watching, it can be confusing. Like, I thought his name was Smeagol, I thought it was Gollum. Whatever. You start to, like, just accept the enigma that he is. And then, you know, you just are questioning where his loyalty is at all times. You never know for sure. And that's why he's S tier. Isildur, I'm just going to put non-applicable, so it's way before. I think these are both the Witch King. I don't know, but those helmets look really similar. And I'm just going to put them at a C tier. He's just like one of the main bosses for these guys to fight. The whole no man can kill me thing is a pretty cool prophecy that they have to get around. But, and I'm sure he's much cooler in the books. I know there's lore behind him where, like, he did a lot of stuff in the north, I think. I could be wrong, but... And, you know, being called the Witch King of Angmar, that's just a cool title. So, he's in C tier. It's definitely intimidating. But, you know, at the end of the day, the good guys are gonna slap him around a little. Alright, Gandalf, that's... Oops. Oh, shit. No way. I just lost it. Okay, we're good. Okay, hold on. Let me readjust here. Alright, Gandalf. S tier. Gotta bring him back down. Or Voodoo tier, I mean. Excuse me. It's, you know, I like Pokemon. You watch Pokemon Evolve. It's crazy to watch a character in Lord of the Rings literally level up before, like, Dungeons and Dragons was a thing, evolving before Pokemon, digivolving before Digimon, whatever you want to call it. Gandalf got a huge power boost. He's a wizard that is actually super capable in swordsmanship and, like, melee combat. And, like, I like that his magic is more, it's more niche. It's not like Harry Potter or something where he's just throwing magic around. It's like a light magic system. Not like black and white light, more like it's soft. Like, he just, like, uses it for, like, lighting up the mines of Moria, or, like, shooting that beam at the fell beast with the Nazgul on it. You know, it's not that much. He's just like, you know, he's just like an angel. It's pretty cool. You know, when you think of a wizard, Gandalf is the first person you should be thinking of. Saruman, I'm gonna go with B tier. He's like the main villain of the first movie. And then even into the second movie, too, I would say. Like, you know, they got Sauron, but I would say Saruman's actually gives them more trouble overall. I feel like they're fighting him more. Because he's really just constantly getting in their way, interrupting their journey. So yeah, Pippin, Voodoo, and I'm gonna make this real easy. Lots of character growth. Really shows him stepping up to the plate. But basically, like, he's the ultimate trouble child, and he messes up all the time. And even though he messes up all the time, he's still able to accomplish great feats, and that's like a really cool idea that, like, even after the story ends, he's still a fool, but he can still, like, accomplish great things despite being a bit of an idiot. And I think that's awesome. I haven't really seen that, like, applied to any other character in fiction that I've come across. I'm sure there is somewhere, but personally, like, it's either they're still a bit of a problem child and, like, don't learn anything, or, like, they were the one constantly causing problems, but then, like, they accomplished all the stuff and now they're, like, perfect and don't cause any issues. I like the fact that he goes back to being a bit of an idiot, even despite, like, helping save Middle Earth. So I always thought that was really cool. Makes me like him a lot. Sauron. Well, he's a bad guy. But, like, they don't fight him. Isildur fights him. I guess I could put Isildur here. Now, Sauron actually is kind of in the movies. He's the eye. The eye represents him in the movies. But, like, they don't fight him. They fight his forces. Like, there's never, like, a showdown with him. So, it's hard to really say. He's just like this. It's almost like a 1984 thing, where Big Brother's always watching. But, like, they have this impossible quest to, like, get around his watchful eye. I don't know. I guess I don't really have much to say. I just think Saruman is the more interesting villain. Galadriel, we'll go with B tier. She helps him out, but for the most part, she's just, like, in the background, worrying about her own thing, and I respect it. That's what you got to do. Theoden. That's an A tier. It's kind of similar to Galadriel, but, like, he is caught up way more in the middle of it. Not only dealing with all the orcs and Uruk-hai and Saruman and Sauron, but he's also dealing with, like, alliances with Gondor and, like, should he really help them? Like, they didn't help him. All this stuff is, it's just, like, asking real questions, like, is Gondor really on our side? All this stuff. But, he's a super complex character, and he's a good foil for Aragorn. And I think that's what keeps him interesting. But, yeah, so I'd put Merry here. Theoden up here. I could probably swap Frodo and Éowyn constantly. But, maybe no. It's hard to place these because Merry, Éowyn, and Theoden all have this, like, relationship dynamic with each other. And then Frodo's just kind of there. But whatever. I would say this is a pretty good tier list, and I'm probably going to be watching these movies again soon, so maybe I'll revisit this, but as it stands right now, this is where I would leave it.